Hello everybody, this is Stonewall, and this is the second new weapon video I've done in 2 days. I guess because I just got lucky with the last one getting the Argus out of regular reserves, and then of course I hit tier 60 and got the M16. So I have played a couple matches with it and set up a class, but I wanted you to see it kind of in its full classic glory here. Kind of the more of the classic look. Now, one thing I will complain about real quick, and that is I believe this is a standard 20-shot mag, and whenever you look at it, it's got a 30-round capacity somehow. Anyways, so I wanted to do that before I kit it out a little bit. I'm going to be running, you know what, I don't run a recon that much, so let's run that. There are a couple reticles. The problem with the contraband stream reticles, they're kind of clunky. They cover a lot of your screen. I like to keep it kind of clean and simple most of the time. So the nice thing is, challenge for this is headshots, and you can get high caliber 1 and 2 on this thing. So if you can keep your shots chest and up, you can drop people very quickly. I still haven't one burst anybody with it yet, but let's just jump into a match and see how it goes.
Team deathmatch.
Alright, so let's see how we do here. Now, in 2 days, I believe, the beta starts on Target. There we go. The beta starts on PS4. Now, we don't get it on Xbox for another week, so that will be, I believe, the 19th. Oh, come on now. What? Ah. Wounding everybody.
We've taken control.
So I won't be posting any Modern Warfare stuff this week. It'll be after next week before I get to post any of that. Now I will say, what? Kind of struggling here a little bit. But I will say what does come out this week, and I think I mentioned it in my last video, is the Borderlands 3 comes out in 3 days. So that's going to be really exciting. Oh, come on. Now, one thing I've noticed a lot lately that I'm wondering about, that they don't really play with much as a balancing mechanism. That's a waste. And that is flinch. So I haven't really done a whole lot of looking into the way they handle flinch in this game or anything like that. But most of the time, if I'm running something like a shotgun, so like the Argus or the MOG, especially something that's a slow fire rate that hits hard, then I expect it to make the enemy flinch a bit more than it does most of the time. So I think that's part of how you get follow-up shots. In most of the previous games especially, is that your shots throw their aim off and you're able to get those whenever they're at a decent range and it takes more than one shot. Good grief. That guy's dead on target.
We've lost the lead.
Yeah, that's one of those things that I'm kind of pretty rough whenever it takes 3 bursts. And maybe it's just my aim. It's not on point. I didn't really warm up or play much today before I started recording, and that may be part of it. But, you know me, I like to make excuses whenever I'm not doing good.
Hostile UAV circling.
There was a 2 burst and they were boosted. What was wrong with it earlier? And that guy is tearing me apart with the grab. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just feel like even on even playing fields, I'm getting just outgunned, not necessarily outplayed. Oh, nicely done. Somebody in the middle. I do feel like this thing has a bit of a slow burst delay.
Hostile down.
But it's still usable in most situations.
Marking care package landing zone.
Oh, where'd the UAV go? Yep. Oh boy. Out of there.
Smoke clear. Behind.
Ah. Wounded him.
Complete the operation.
We're winning this.
I wounded him again.
Mine out.
Hostile care package inbound.
I have gotten a couple of hipfire kills out of this thing, which is kind of comical for all of the other, I guess some of the weak points of it, whenever you start looking at it.
Hostile CUAV detected.
Hello? Who launched that in there?
Dart away.
Teammate was just
Enemy
fighting
hacker is
somebody
attempting
there.
to breach our systems.
In the turn, sensors and capture your objective.
Care package on standby.
Remove 0.
Boost.
UAV 50% time check.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Storm available for tasking.
Yep, spawn flip.
Your UAV has been destroyed.
Ooh, this could be good.
Targets destroyed.
Oh yes, it's been a while since I've had a hellstorm that good. The problem is my teammates were pushing that way. No, we're good. Sometimes it'll flip spawns that easy. Just gotta be careful. And I hate getting caught out with spawn flips.
We're close. Make it official.
Where are these guys playing? There we go.
Darkness descends.
Just a sliver of them visible. Hello. Wow. That was rough.
UAV available.
That was rough on both sides.
Enemies have destroyed your assault pack.
UAV above. Commencing surveillance operations.
So it's just like any other burst weapon. It takes a little bit of playtime to really get a feel for it.
Destroyed.
And I think I do this in most videos where I start off kind of slow and then pick it up at the end. And I'm not really sure why that is, but oh, three of them just standing in the middle over there. Got one in this care package. Don't know why, but I'll call it in. There's only 2 kills left in the game. No! Okay, that is the final person that went down, but they still got me. I wanted to finish that kill. There was only one left. Hmm, 6 hit points. done. Alright, just unlocked extended mags, but I think takes it up to 45 shots. So kind of like the way most extended mags attachments has worked in the past, where they add another 50%. So not a bad weapon. Let's take a quick look at some of the other attachments. So this is another one of those that you could add to the list for doing the what was the challenge called? It was a challenge where you had to have 2 sets of upgraded attachments on a weapon. So you could run high caliber 1 and 2 and grip 1 and 2 on this one. Extended mags, fast mags, stock, quick draw, suppressor, and FMJ. I will say quick draw would probably be pretty nice to help with some of the handling. Fast mags would be nice. Because it is a burst, you don't tend to run through as much ammo as for a fully auto. So I think I would value fast mags over extended mags for this one. Maybe. But I'd like to see how it handles with grip 2, which supposedly reduces flinch while aiming down sight. And I know on the ICR basically turns it into a laser. That on top of high caliber might make this one a pretty easy contender for getting headshots. Also the optics, of course iron sights, but reflex, recon, holographic, and NVIR or thermal. So pretty basic there. I don't know. I kind of like the variable on some of them, but that recon didn't do too bad. And it's just what you're used to and whatever you want to play with. So that is the M16. I'll definitely be playing with it some, but of course with the Modern Warfare beta coming up. And I will say one thing about the beta and watching gameplay is not the same as playing. You can, if you value another YouTuber's opinion, then you can listen to what they say. But it is no substitute for actually getting hands-on. They can tell you how something feels, but until you feel it yourself, it's different. Same thing with me. I've started to watch some Borderlands 3 gameplay and stuff, and early on I like getting a lot of details, but the closer you get to launch, the more I want to experience it myself, and the more I actually avoid watching things. Similar with movie trailers and that sort of stuff. I want to know, I want to watch the early trailers and stuff, but as you get closer and closer to being able to actually watch the movie, you're trying to avoid spoilers at that point, which is, I don't know, it's kind of funny, just a timing thing there. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm definitely looking forward to this weekend and seeing how much Borderlands 3 I can get in. So anyways, I'll catch you in another video.